Hey plant empowered ladies, it's vegan coach Naomi here. I thought I would hop in the group today because I'm just warming up my own lunch. Yesterday I made my amazing lemony lip smacking Instant Pot minestrone, which is perfect for cold days when you want something warm and delicious. And I made that last night and it was so good, and I had it with sourdough toasted bread, and today I'm having it again. It's still cold and rainy out. I'm having it again, and as I was heating it up in the pot, I thought that I would definitely show you guys how to bump up the nutrition and the taste of any soup that you're heating up. So you could do this with your homemade soups. You could do this with your store-bought soups. Any soups that you have, you can do this. What I'm going to do right now. So here is my soup. Check it out. This is my minestrone. Look how nice and chunky it is. I got it to be like this by using my immersion blender yesterday when the soup was done. Now you'll notice that there's nothing green in here, right? But if you saw the picture I posted on Facebook yesterday, you're like, there's all that green. How did she do that? Well, this is one way that you can totally bump up the nutrition of your soups. Take a handful of, and I just have spinach in a bag here. So you just take a handful of spinach. So if you're on here, let me know that you're on. Let me know that you can hear me. Let me know if you made a soup yesterday. And let me know what's going on, okay? So I'm showing you how to bump up the nutrition of any soup that you have made or that you have in a can and you're about to eat, anything like that. So here is my lip smacking minestrone. Here is my spinach. And so all you have to do, right, there's the spinach right there. You don't have to cook it. You know, the recipe itself, when I normally make it, calls for kale, but I didn't have any kale, so I didn't make it with kale, so I'm adding spinach at the end. Now, spinach is very much more fragile than kale, so, kale needs a little bit of time to break down, but spinach doesn't. You could just add it to a hot soup and just watch what happens right here. Okay, so here we are. We're putting it in the hot soup, and you can see, I'm gonna bring it up so you can see. You can see that it starts to wilt immediately. You see that? How it's almost wilting immediately, and look how beautiful that is. Now, if you've taken classes with me, you know that whenever you're having spinach, you want to add a vitamin C source with it so that you get the absorption of that iron, right? So here I am with my lemon. This is a classic way to finish off any sorts of minestrone or lentil soups. So if you have a soup like that, you can always spritz some lemon in it, and that's going to really bump up the flavor and the iron absorption of the spinach. So that's one thing we can do. What else do I have in my fridge or my freezer that I can use, right? I've got peas. I love peas. So I'm going to take them right out of the frozen bag, and I'm just going to add them right into my soup again. My soup is boiling hot, right? Because I just heated it up on the stove. And you can put in some peas like that. And so here we are, we're bumping up the nutrition even more. So you're thinking, what else do I have in my fridge? I'll tell you, sometimes I have a single zucchini left over, and so I will often chop that up into quarters and saute it in a little bit of water or veggie broth and, some garlic powder and whatever, and then I'll dump that in the soup because that's delicious and it won't be soggy by that time, right? So here are ways that you can bump up the soup that you have already previously made by adding raw spinach, which wilts quickly in a hot soup, and frozen peas, which also cook quickly in a hot soup. But we can do more, right? We can do even more. I happen to have had some brown rice sitting in my fridge, right? You know, if you have worked with me before or you have taken my classes, then you know that I make double batches of all of these grains. And so I have quinoa and rice in the freezer. I had rice in the fridge, so maybe I want to add rice to it. I also have some whole wheat pasta, right? Which would you rather add, whole wheat pasta or rice? You can choose what you want to add. Now, the cool thing about this minestrone is that it's kind of like spaghetti sauce, so if you add pasta, then you're having like a whole pasta thing. So I think I might do that. That's going to be delicious. So let's do that. This will be my husband's bowl. We'll see what he wants when he comes home. So I'm going to take some of this pasta and I'm going to put it in my bowl. How cute is that? Look, you guys, how cute is that? So let me mix it up and I'll show you that this is exactly like pasta sauce. And so, and of course it's an oil-free, totally whole food, plant-based kind of soup. So now I've got this, and it's still piping hot, even though I added raw spinach, frozen peas, and this spaghetti. So now look at it. Now that's a meal, isn't it, you guys? Oh my God, but I'm not done, right? I'm not done because I have nut parm. And nut parm is ground almonds, ground cashews, nutritional yeast, salt, and garlic powder. And when you grind it up really fine, it turns into like a Parmesan-like consistency. And so I take a little spoonful and I put that on. I might take a spoonful and a half and I put that on. And that's how I'm going to eat my soup today. So I'd like to hear from you how you'd like to eat your soup today, and what you might like to put in it. Like I said, you could have put zucchini in it. You could have put other frozen vegetables in it. You could have put quinoa in it. You could have put orzo. If you feel like being fancy, you could have put orzo in it. You could have put any of those things. Here's what I chose to put in. And this is going to be an amazing whole food, plant-based, oil-free lunch that is going to make me feel so good with some leftover soup I had sitting in the fridge, right? So that's all I wanted to show you. I just wanted to show you a quick little video of what I do when I'm heating up my soup to bump up the nutrition and bump up the taste. And I just wanted to tell you all in this group how impressed I am with all of you who are in my groups, in my programs, doing it yourself, doing your best to adopt a whole food, plant-based, no oil way of eating, because you have learned that this is the way that you can lose weight effortlessly and deliciously, that this is the way that you can reverse diabetes, lower your blood pressure, your cholesterol, your glucose, and totally improve your life in a million different ways, like I've talked about a million different times. Now, interestingly, I've had phone calls, so I always invite you guys to call me up and let's talk about what it is that you need, and especially if that's you, if you have been in this group for a while, you've been watching me cook, watching me coach, watching the success stories that are posted every single month, and you've been watching me for a year and all you're doing is gaining weight and not being able to get it to work for you, then I'm always inviting you to call me so that we can have a heart-to-heart discussion about what it is that you really need to do to take back your health in your life so that you can live again, right? So yesterday I had a call from a cancer patient, and so, I can talk to cancer patients because I was one. And I completely understand. So she was asking me, if this was something I thought that she should do now or she should wait until after her cancer treatment. And so if you think about that question, right? So eating animal products causes harm. It turns on cancer cells. It is full of cholesterol and toxins and causes the inflammatory response in your body, right? While the plant foods do exactly the opposite. they heal, they boost immunity, and they turn off cancer cells. So why would you continue to harm yourself when you could make a choice to heal yourself, right? So the time is always now. Okay, the time is always now to make this change. You do not want to wait, right? And then I had another call from somebody who was like, oh, it's the holidays. I don't know. I don't know if this is the right time. So I'm like, well, then why are you on the phone with me today if this isn't the right time? And she's like, oh, I have to do this. I have to, a whole long list of illnesses and diagnoses and all these types of things. And she's saying, but now is not the right time. So why would you choose to continue to harm yourself when you could heal yourself, right? You have to think about it. The time is always now. And that's what I meant when I said, I'm so impressed with all of you who are making this change right now, whether it's by yourself, whether you're on one of my programs, whether you're taking one of my classes, any of those things, you're taking that step forward with an evidence-based plan to radically change your life, to transform your life, to become an active participant and driver in your life, no longer in the back seat. So whether it's the holidays or not, and like I've said before, I've noticed that I have had several calls during this time, during the holidays, and several people joining classes, groups, and the digital program. And it's very interesting and impressive whenever anybody takes that bold step. So if that's you, go to chat.goingveganforhealth.com and let's fill out my application, learn what my programs are like. You can see a little bit about what we do, what it might cost, and we can get on the phone and we can talk together heart to heart about what you need to live the life that you really want to live. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed my soup video. If you missed it, if you're just hopping on now, you can, I'm gonna get off here and then you'll be able to replay this video and you'll be able to see all these beautiful things I did just by heating up my leftover minestrone from yesterday's Instant Pot cooking. Okay, everybody, I will see you in the group soon, again, whenever I get the inspiration to pop in and teach you something, and I hope this has been helpful. Let me know. Okay, bye.